Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is wishing everyone a happy Thanksgiving and hope everyone has a blessed day tomorrow. Don't forget to thank your family, your friends, and especially God for the things you have today. Without them, we wouldn't have it. Also thank our vets. Without them, we wouldn't have what we have today either. It's because of them why we have what we have. Thank them for all they do, all the sacrifices they go through each and every day, whether they're on the battlefield or at home. If you can, invite a vet over for Thanksgiving if they're going to be alone. If you know one, please invite them. I told Mike at MT Homestead that my next video ought to be wearing his shirt, and as you can see, I have it on, and there's his logo. Thank you. I won this in a giveaway they was doing the other night, and I'm proud to wear it, and I'll be wearing it a lot. Thank you, Mike and Terry, for what you do. Enjoy your lives, enjoy your videos. Always look forward to watching them. I've got one more thing, maybe two, if I can do it tomorrow. I'll be doing my pies here shortly after this video, and I may video them just at least after they're made, putting them in the oven, and then hopefully tomorrow, if I got time, I can do the turkey dinner. I'll be celebrating by myself. All the other families have got things to do, so it doesn't bother me. I'm used to it. So I cook myself Thanksgiving dinner, and I love it. I waited all year for this day, and I'll have it again at Christmas, and I miss having it. So let me show you something else. I'll have to pick you up and take a little walk here, and I might turn you around here. So hold on to your britches. I'm not good at turning this thing around. But as you can see, the tomatoes right there, these are the ones I picked after we thought we was going to get a freeze, and they look like this. And what I did is took advice from, I think it was Rachel at Robinson Belly Acres. She said put them in a box, and this is the only box I had. So, and she said put newspaper on them. Well, I didn't know. Thought I'd give it a try, and sure enough, this is what happened. It's been doing this now for maybe a week and a half. Some of them are a little bit soft, not too bad. Still edible, I believe. But the thing I did find out was when I blanch them, the skins are pretty tough, and they stay in the hot water too long, in my opinion. But once I take them out and start skinning them, they're pretty tough to get off after I put them in cold water, ice water actually. But I did have some of these in the window as well, and I think I had somewhere around 10, and I've got 2 left and hasn't ripened yet. But I've got these, and I've got some more under to the bottom, which is kind of like a cherry tomato size. But these will get red in the next day or two, and then hopefully I'll have some more, and they'll survive. I did about 30 couple of days ago, put them in the freezer, and I'll be blanching these later on tonight and putting them in the freezer. So I'm really tickled to death as at least to get a little bit more tomatoes than what I got in the beginning. But this is part of the 72, I believe was the number. So yeah, I was kind of surprised. I never done this before, and I was tickled to death that they've turned red and I'm able to get more tomatoes so I can make some tomato sauce. I use a lot of it, shouldn't on some of it, but oh well. I love it, so I'm gonna eat it. So I'll leave it here for now, and after I get my pies baked, I'll do a short video on them and add that to this video, and probably add tomorrow's video to it, and then have it out by maybe Sunday, hopefully, possibly Saturday. So okay, I'm in the kitchen about to start my pies, and I have to confess I don't make them from scratch. I'm too old, too tired, and I just want to get them done and over with. So I get the store-bought pie dough, and as you can see, I've got it in the pan. I've already got one of them done, but I thought I'd show you what I do. It's not what everybody does, but I make sure that I pick up on the edges here to mash all the air out. Make sure you don't get no air pockets. And once I get all that done, I had to repair this one a little bit. It didn't come out of the package as good as it has in the past. And I just mash those sides in, lift that edge up, squeeze that air out, and then I take my thumb gently and rub it around the edges. If you can see that, I don't know, but anyway, and you just keep rubbing until make sure there's no air in it, and kind of see the ribs of the pan. And then what I do after I do that, to make sure there's no air in the bottom. Now, some people only do this a little bit, but what you're about to see is what I do it, and the way I've always done it for many years, and I've never had it fail on me in the oven, cooking the bottom of the crust. I just go around the inside of the pan first. Yeah, I'm a little slow, but just bear with me. Hope you can hear me. Once I get that done, then I take my fork and I just start making a lot of fork holes. My hand's shaking right now, so it's not as straight as it normally is. But I put a bunch of them. I don't mess around. Like I said, I've never had one fail not to get done by doing this. And as far as I know, no liquid has ever went through. So then I take my fork on its edge and I gently rub the edge of the pan, and I cut the excess dough off. Sometimes I'll fold it over, cut it off about an inch wider than the pan, but I'm too tired tonight, and I'm just going to do it this way. And once I get all that done, scoop that aside, and I make sure one more time that all the air is pushed out. Then I take my fork and I crimp the edges. It's a little time consuming, but once I get that done, then I'll let them sit here a little bit, because I just pulled them out of the refrigerator and they're still pretty cold. And then I'll start with my mix, and I'll show you that here in just a minute when I get this done. And that's what I do to the edge. If you can see the bottom, I don't want that light. It's not the best in here, but that's what I have to put up with. So I'll set these aside, and then I'll take this kind of pumpkin, and all you do is add egg and 6 ounces of this. I couldn't find a small one. Get it turned around or drop it. I'll take about half of this and pour in here and mix it all up with 2 eggs, and then I'll pour it in each pie shell and put them in the oven. I'll follow the directions on the back. It's 425 degrees for 15 minutes. Reduce the temperature to 350 and bake 50 to 60 minutes, or until knife inserted near the center comes clean, which I'd either use a knife or a toothpick, and they've always turned out pretty good. So I hope they do it this time. So I'll be right back with you. Okay, there ain't much to this. I just take my spatula, scrape out the inside of this can the best I can. Sometimes I leave a little bit left in there, and I lick the spatula. Since I'm the only one here and going to eat these, then I don't see nothing wrong with it. I don't like wasting anything, so I try to get everything out as much as possible. I'm not the best cook in the world, but I do know how to cook. I mean, I've been doing it for years. Now I'll take 2, it says large eggs, but I have a jumbos. I like jumbos better than I do anything. So I'll just put them in there and get that out of there. Oops, don't want that in there. I'm sure I'm not the only one that's done that. This is a little tough. So then I'm just normally, then I have to open my can here. Excuse me stepping in front of the camera. Bear with me a minute. I just make 2 little cuts in it. I'll pour about half a can in here. Hope I can judge it right. The pies turn out right. That feels about right. Maybe just a tiny more. Then I just mix all this together. Oh, as always, I forget to turn my oven on. I'll have to read on the can again what temperature. 425, and I normally put it 450. Why, I don't know, but I do. I'll mix all this together, and when I get this done, I'll be right back with you. Okay, I'm back. It's done. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that's pretty much the way it is. As soon as my oven heats up, I'll pour them into the pie shells I got done. And there's one thing that I learned throughout the years, and to make sure that your crust also gets done on the bottom, not only just the holes that you put in there, but you take a pan, cookie sheet pan or whatever you call these things, and put the pies on top of them, stick this in the oven first, let it heat up with the oven, and then pull it out and put your pies on it, and I will guarantee that your crust on the bottom of your pies will get done, as long as you don't get it too thick. I believe those are probably about 1/4 of an inch, maybe a little less thick, but I use them every year and I don't have a problem. So I'll stick these in the oven, stick this in the oven, and follow my glasses up and I can't see. But I'll get back with you once I get the oven heated up to temperature. Okay, I think it's had time to heat up, so if you didn't know, this is pumpkin. And there's enough in this mix that I can make 2. I'm not always good at doing half and half, but I get pretty close. Not too bad.
Sweet Pea's favorite is far more amiable. The fox squirrel seems to want to play as much as she does.
Put the rest of it over here.
There's no question in my mind that these birds experience joy.
Okay. Save that. A little bit left in that. What I'll do is I'll shake them a little bit so I don't go over the sides. Kind of equals them out a little bit.
But this was not just about how they lived their life.
It's at the center. Shook up.
We do not have a privileged access to reality.
So now I've got to pull the pan out. I'm going to have to move you over here. Yeah, Mike, I got your t-shirt on still. I'm going to tilt you down a little bit more here. I can do it. There we go. Okay, I've got to get my mitt on. One thing I hate about cooking, it's 60 degrees outside and I got to crack my door open just to let some of this heat out. I'm going to pull this rack out as far as I can. It's long enough so I can get the pies in there. And gently put the pies on the pan without burning yourself. It's pretty close to the edge, so don't want to spill them. It ain't easy to put in there after the pan's gotten hot, but that's the best way to do it. And I'll slide that in the middle, push that back in, and turn my heat down to 375, I think it said. And I might go 3 a little bit more than that. But anyway, now we got to wait for 50 to 60 minutes. Excuse me, and then I'll come back and pull those out and I'll start on my other two pies. So I'll be back with you in a little bit.